2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, 815.
What I'm trying to tell you, Tom, is that dogs get all the credit for swimming the style that every four-legged animal uses. Right, Tom? I mean, come on. That's just what they do. It's the 8th day of June, the year 2024, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind.
And you made it. Congratulations. Welcome to our In Crowd 815 podcast.
I know how to swim, by the way.
That's it. You're a doggy paddle dude. Do we all learn to doggy paddle first? Is that how we all learn to swim? I think we all start with the doggy paddle, right?
That's how I learned.
They get all the credit. Not sure how that worked, but that's how it worked. Your camera's a little blurry now.
I'm a pretty good swimmer. I just don't. Mine is?
Yeah, the sound is good now, but now you're a little on the blurry side.
How's that? Is that better? No, I'm just messing with it.
There we go. Now
just
we're
messing with it. Really?
We got a nice show for everybody today. So if the person's still sleeping next to you, maybe give them a little elbow and say, hey, Greg and Tom are on. We want to watch live this week. And you're going to see something you have never, I promise, you have never seen this before, ever on your screen, at least not on this show. And I'm looking forward to sharing what Christina's doing over at Christina's Critters Wildlife Rehabilitation. This is going to blow your mind a little bit. All right. You ready for this? It's coming up in just a little bit. But first, we need to do, I need to check my work, Tom. I need to check my work because we have our big number of the week. And my work says it's ready now. So here we go. Our last race to 10 had Tom winning by a score of 10-9. What maybe I should change the game and make you have to win by 2. That would be a thing to do, right?
That would take forever, bud.
I know. I got to extend this thing. I'm broke, so I can't afford to pay you guys lunch.
Let's make it first one to 50. How's that sound?
What's the game you got to win by 2? Oh, table tennis. Yeah.
Well,
it's
table
like
tennis, volleyball, tennis, regular tennis. You have to win by 2.
Win by 2. Basically, yeah. I gotta think about that. Okay. So our big number of the week this week is 595,000. And your answer is maple syrup or MP3s. Maple syrup or MP3s. We'll give you the answer by the end of the show. Put your guess in the comments. Let us know what you think might be the answer to our big number of the week. Maple syrup or MP3s. All right. I do have some shout outs to share a little bit later on, but I want to get to our guests because she's ready and raring to go. I wonder what kind of sounds we're going to hear out of her place today. Christina Oates from Christina's Critters. Welcome to the podcast. How is you?
I am tired, but I'm here.
You're always tired.
That's because I work around the clock feeding babies. That's what I do.
Gosh. Wow.
You got some amazing stuff going on, and we're going to talk about that today.
Fabulous.
Before we get into what you're currently doing, let's start with who you are. Who is Christina? Where'd you grow up? What high school did you go to? Stuff like that. And how did you find yourself rescuing wildlife?
Sure. I actually grew up in Crystal Lake, Illinois. I went to Crystal Lake Central High School. I moved out to this area. Pardon?
What's the mascot at Crystal Lake Central?
Tiger.
The Tigers.
Yeah, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Eye of the Tiger. Anyway, I graduated, and then I found myself living in Woodstock for a short time. And then due to pricing in houses, I was able to afford a house out here in McChesney Park. And so I moved out to McChesney Park for a while. And I was looking for something because I have 3 small dogs. And so I was looking for something that I could put in the door or the patio for the dogs to go out and use the restroom whenever they wanted to. And I found a posting on Craigslist, and that posting was for a doggy door. And I went to this woman's house, and she was holding this adorable baby raccoon. Of course, I fell in love because who wouldn't? Raccoons are absolutely adorable, magical creatures. And I told her, listen, are you in need of volunteers? Do you need people to come clean cages? You know, I'd be more than happy to volunteer. At the time, I happened to have some free time. And she said, oh, that would be wonderful. You know, I never have enough volunteers. It's hard to get volunteers to do what you need them to do, especially when you're working with raccoons. There's a lot of liability when you're working with raccoons. So you can't just have anybody volunteer when you work with raccoons. In any event, this person was about to go on vacation, and all of her rehab animals were already divided up between different rehabbers that were taking them for the time that she was going to be gone on vacation. So she said as soon as she got back, she was going to contact me to, you know, come on over and learn about what she does and see what she does and help her out. So I was super stoked and very excited, and, you know, went home and told my friends and, you know, all about it. And I drove to Huntley, Illinois, which is where my sister currently resides, and was telling her about it. And my phone rings, and it's this girl. And she said, listen, I have a question for you. She said, I just got a call for this baby that's kind of special needs. His name was Ricky, and he actually has been sleeping with the finder. He's on a special formula, and he needs one-on-one care. And I don't have anybody to care for him while I'm gone on vacation for 20 days. She's like, can I please, you know, is there any way you would be interested in watching him for me? And I was like blown away because at the time, you know, I had no experience. I knew nothing, you know. I was like, well, I have no experience. I don't know what to expect or what to do or how to care for a raccoon. And she's like, I'm a phone call away. I'll walk you through everything. I'll give you everything that you need. And so the rest is kind of history. I brought Ricky home, fell in love with him, and, you know, loved him, and, you know, fell in love with him and learned how to become a rehabber. I spent a lot of time with this person, and then met several other rehabbers that taught me how to rehab. I've been trained to rehab bunnies, squirrels, possums. I've done a groundhog. Trying to think of what other a chipmunk. I've done baby mice. But there's such a need for raccoons, rehabilitating raccoons, because no one wants to rehab them because of the length of time you have to keep them, their nutritional requirements, they eat a lot, and the cost associated with raccoons. They cost about $500 per raccoon for me to rehabilitate.
Wow.
So it's quite costly. So a lot of rehabbers, it just can't be done. People are very confused, or they don't understand. The general public doesn't understand. They think because we're licensed by the state and we have to do a lot of things in order to be a licensed rehabber, they think that we get paid by the state or the government to do what we do. But that is false and incorrect information. Everything we do comes out of our own pockets directly or through donations.
Welcome
we
to
can't
Illinois.
work. Yeah. Thank you, Illinois. So without the community's help, without certain organizations' help, we couldn't do what we do. And a lot of rehabbers get frustrated because they just can't get the help that they need. They can't get the resources that they need. every day is a struggle. I can't even tell you. It is very challenging to get help. I am not one that likes to ask for help or money or assistance. It's just not who I am. But this year, especially, has been so challenging and so difficult. Most rehabbers have either stopped doing raccoons altogether because of the cost and the lack of funding from the community, or they take 5 and they're done because that's all they can afford, or they just don't do it. So I am the only person in Winnebago County that does raccoons. The next closest place is Sycamore, which is Oaken Acres. They will take some. But beyond that, there's nobody. Once they hit a certain number, they're done. I'm currently over 70 raccoons on my property.
Wow.
That is a lot of raccoons. These babies, when I first get them in, a lot of them are only a week old. Some of them are older, but they all range in age. They need bottles every 3 hours around the clock. So I live on energy drinks, coffee, and raccoon kisses. I sleep in this lovely recliner here. I don't know if you can. Oh, I apologize.
A little fuzzy today.
I'm sorry. I sleep in this lovely recliner here. I'll give you her when we flip the phone around. But I sleep in this room, in this recliner with my babies every night. This is where I am when I sleep. I shouldn't say sleep because I really don't sleep. I cat nap. I have little cat naps to feed the babies. As they grow, they do eat less. So I don't have to feed them as much. But still, because I have so many, it is a round the clock venture. It's definitely a labor of love. I'm not even going to lie. I'm super excited that I got my first 16 babies of the season outside in the enclosure, which means they're weaned from the bottle. And now I can just go out there once a day and give them dog food, bananas, cereal, and fruit. They're starting on their adult diet or their adolescent diet, I should say. So that's good.
They love grapes.
No, they do. But at this age, actually, the age that they're at currently outside, they're too young for grapes unless I cut them all in quarters because they choke on the skin. I'm sorry, with over 70 babies, I don't have time to be cutting grapes in quarters. I already have to cut my bananas in half. So, I slice it down the middle and then slice it. So, quartering
Christina
grapes.
could use a grape cutting volunteer, is what she's saying.
Yeah. There you go.
Tom, are you volunteering?
I actually would. Maybe in the future. But here's what I wanted to tell you. I have a very good friend. Her name is Lisa. And she is also a raccoon.
Lisa Rhodes?
Yes. You know Lisa.
Lisa Rhodes? I love Lisa.
Oh, my God. She is one of my absolute best friends.
Yeah, but Lisa doesn't do raccoons anymore because they became too expensive. The community doesn't want to help anymore. And her neighbors got mad because she was releasing too many too. So,
yeah. No, I know.
There's a lot of issues when it comes to raccoons.
I see Lisa every week and we talk about it. And we did a fundraiser for her. One of my trivia events. Mm-hmm. We did a fundraiser for her. We raised a couple $100 and she was ecstatic with that. But you are right. You are absolutely correct. It's very expensive. I love raccoons. I absolutely love raccoons. They are the sweetest animals. I've got one that comes out of the sewer by my house every night. And it's a mama. And I lay some food out for her once in a while. Rather than throw the food in the garbage, for all of you out there, don't just throw food in the garbage. Set it out in a bowl or something like that. Now, if you don't want to attract certain animals to your house, then don't do it. But think about it in terms of some of these animals are just simply hungry and scrounging for some food. Maybe you could put it out at the edge of your property, maybe in the back alley or something like that so they can get fed. And don't come up with excuses as to why you shouldn't, because you simply should. Okay, sermon.
Well, what's that?
I'm showing your Facebook page here, Christina. And
I
these
see that, and I was going to explain what pictures you're showing there. That's one of our new babies. Her name is Ember. I've named her Ember. She got burned really bad. I spoke with other rehabbers on how she could have possibly all 4 of her paws. They're very bad. You'll meet her today. She's a very special little girl. And a lot of people ask about her. She's just so super sweet.
I'm guessing she jumped into a grill or something. Like jumped up on a grill.
Actually, my rehabber friends think that she held on to a motor inside of a car.
Oh.
Because sometimes they'll be in a burn pile, but that will singe. Her fur was so because there was no other extremity burn in her hand, and she has a tiny. So those were her only burns. That screenshot right there, that little picture that you're showing is what to do if you raccoon. It gives you some great advice. Raccoon is really abandoned or not. Trust me, I have all the raccoons I can handle. I don't need kidnapped. I want to make sure they are in need before you bring them to me. And there's a lot of misconception. Relocating, a lot of people will find a mom in their attic and they freak out. And I understand no one wants a raccoon in their attic using the restroom and raising her babies. I completely understand that because, you know, as much as I love raccoons, I really wouldn't want that either. But there are easy, very low cost, humane ways to do it. Please don't call an exterminator or one of those wonderful people that say they're humane to remove them, because they will lie to you and they will tell you that they humanely remove them and then do their wonderful magic. That is absolutely false. That is not what they do. I do know a gentleman personally that really does do that. He uses a reunite box. He will take care of them. He does do it humanely. I can sign off on him. So if anybody does need that information for any wild animal, happy to give that information. It is on my Facebook page too. His name is Jeff Mormon. He does not have a Facebook page. He will coalition page, which we can discuss here too. Removal service that I have found, but I personally can give you tips on how to have that mama humanely leave on her own. It's very simple. You can play loud music. You can have a strobe light in your attic. And another thing that works very well is coyote urine. Now, some of you are saying to me, I don't want my attic to smell like coyote urine.
Just for a few days.
Or you might be saying, listen, I'm a very animal friendly person. I don't want the coyote injured to get the urine, because I've had people tell me that too. They do make synthetic coyote urine. So you could use that, and that's it. Okay. What I recommend to people, coyote urine on a washcloth and putting it in a Rubbermaid container open, and you can set that up in your attic. Block the exit. Mama will slowly take her babies one by one and move. The coyote is a natural predator of the raccoon. She does not want her babies anywhere because she is concerned they are going to get her babies. All raccoons normally have a secondary den site within a mile of your home or that location. And if she does not have one pre-prepared, she will go out and prepare a den and then come and take them. Some people will take mom and babies and go relocate them. All you're doing is setting them up for a death sentence. You're putting mom in a location that she is unfamiliar with. She doesn't know where to get food. She doesn't have a den set up for her babies. And she's moving into someone else's territory. And that other person is probably going to kill her babies. And she will have nowhere. That baby right there, I apologize for interrupting, but that baby right there that you just had on a minute ago that was all wrapped up in towels, Winnebago County actually saved her from a storm drain. The rest of her family died. Her name is River. She's in the outdoor enclosure. were able to save her with a catch pole as the rest of her family drowned. They lifted up the manhole cover and were able to grab her. A little waterlogged, but she did survive and was okay. But that's her all packed around with towels and heating elements to bring her body temperature back up. But that's another thing that I do. Every raccoon that comes into Winnebago County Animal Control, as long as they're not sick with like distemper or parvo or something that's going to get all my babies sick, I do take those as well. So I am the only rehabber that the county has that they can rely on baby raccoons. And in off season, I'll take my injured ones. What's that?
Are you ready to show us around your place a little bit here this morning?
I am. Let me remember how to flip around my camera. Video.
Reverse button on your phone and see if we can look around.
We got it. Okay. This right here. These are big babies. I am short closure. So, house. I have such an explosion of babies that I was not expecting. So not everybody has a place yet. We're working on that. This is here and his brother Quentin. Cookies make everything better, as I'll know.
Yeah.
Size right here. This is Joyce. Baby, nope, you're not baby Lucy. This one doesn't have a name, but baby Lucy is sleeping in her little bed, donut bed down there. I don't know if you can see her.
Why don't we name her Tiger?
Okay, Tiger it is. That's Tiger. She's definitely and actually it's a boy.
And
so Tiger can be a boy.
Okay.
It's perfect.
And I have your tiger mascot. If you can see on your screen, you probably can't.
No, I don't. I only see my video. I don't know if there's a way to get back to where I was, but
that's all right. When you get back.
There we go. And then we have another cage over here. We have these two babies. These two babies are not named either. A lot of them are sleepy right now because they did just get fed before we got online because I didn't want everybody screaming hysteric. When I first walk into this room or when it's feeding time, everybody is hysterical screaming. There I have two more and Stella. Stella's right there, and that's Gabby sleeping. Here we have, that's Monkey, baby Monkey, and Monkey's friend, who also does not have a name, but they love to hide his little cuddle beds. It makes them feel more in the den or in the nest with. I found that these wonderful mobiles are great for them. They love to play with them. They also suck on pacifiers. A lot of people don't realize that baby raccoons have a big thing to suck. They suckle on toys. They'll suckle on tires, bottles, because of their mouth is so large. I have babies here. Yep. You want to say hi? Say hi. Oh, you're going to be loud. Oh, you're going to grab the phone? Say hi, everybody.
Your video, when we tested, was a lot better than it is today. For some reason, it's a lot choppier today.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
Wi-Fi is a little slow this morning or something, because earlier this week when we gave you a test, the video was really nice and clear.
Time of day, probably. Who knows?
Yeah.
Very strange. I do apologize.
I'm getting the idea.
Not your fault. Not your fault at all. The internet is awful.
Yeah, here's 3 more babies. So this is the main baby room. Young, except for the you met. This is where any baby that is eyes closed or ill goes in my incubators if they're small enough. I have nobody in there now, thank goodness. That's my chair that I live in. I do use baby swings for the babies. They love them. They were a godsend to me earlier on. I put 5 of them in sleep for me. It was great. Out here is the bigger room. I use microwave and refrigerator to keep my bottles cold and warm them up. I have some wonderful ingenious. This is a little dirty right now, but this is where my babies bottle feed when they're bigger. I have 8 holes that I can put bottles in, and they auto feed themselves. It's wonderful. The babies and they feed good things.
Yes.
Again, I fed everybody super quick before we started today so that we wouldn't have everybody everywhere. But these babies actually eat food and Cheerios, and they have bottles. Everybody's sleeping right now.
How do you not get so attached to them? I would get very, very attached. And if I had to let one go, I would probably shed a tear or 12 or 20 or whatever.
You know what? I'm a human being, so it does happen. And I get attached. I love. I mean, that's the human in me. But you know what? I know that that's my purpose. That's my calling. These guys like to hide underneath their tray covers. That's my calling. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know they're going to have a better life, and that's what they were meant to be. And is outside. I know that my job when I can let them, it's like a mom and their kid going to college. You know, if I write, they're going to go off and they're going to live a life out in the wild and love them. They turn into later on. Good years out of them or the good weeks out of them. They do this wonderful and kind. Their phone's raging and they can add because I do winter when they're ready to go at the 28-week mark, which is how long we normally keep them. And if the babies are not ready at 28 weeks, then they are little knees, so they might growl at us. Not going to growl today.
It's probably important to point out that you separate the boys and the girls. You're not breeding raccoons. You're just getting them rehabbed so they can get back out.
I rehab is correct. I do have outside closures that each one of them has a the day has to relocate a baby, which is illegal. Locate raccoons. So the coons came a wildlife relocate removal list, and I'm out in the wild to fend for themselves, which you can't territory and expect them to live. They're here and had their babies successfully. They're raising them. When the babies are a little bit older, be properly released. They can live a normal wild life. I have one that had 3, but mother that has, and over winter boys that are adults right or old that are to be released in the next few days to a week. There was that.
I'm so sorry. The connection's very slow. What's the longest you've ever had a raccoon? Longest stay?
Close a little less to, you know, I'm pretty good at knowing if they're ready. Not every raccoon is made to be out in the what do you call it? And they just don't have the capacity to do the things they need to in order to be released. Make sure that they're able, by the way, the one with the little burned feet, to crack an egg. They have to be able to crack a hard shelled nut. They have to be able to fish in their water ponds they have to be able to climb trees. He has problems to release them. They come back home with me. I've had several that run after me, and so I know they're not ready yet. So he leaves unless they're ready. I can't. I spend too much money.
Inspiring me.
Thank you. I spend money, too much time, too much effort with these babies. Just throw there to be somebody else's food. Every baby that I get 10 days. All the babies get vaccinated. Know this, but raccoons are canine and feline. So we and disease. So they get parvo, virus vaccination. So they get for those. In the state of Illinois, it's a rabies, so we're not. But there has not been a case of rabies in a raccoon, Illinois, ever that I could find. So people get real.
You're a part of the Rockford Regional Wildlife Coalition. You want to touch on that a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. The Regional Coalition group of Wildlife Rehabilitation. We've come together to educate the community on, what to do when you find an animal, if that animal is really in need. We wanted to let people hear and who you can reach or what resources we have available for you. We're really about education because a lot of people don't know what to do. And without education and without knowledge, knowledge is power. And we need a team. We need community as well as, ourselves. We can't do this alone. We're nothing without the whole community. So if everybody can help out, website. Yes, we have a website, a community website, or yeah, thank you. There it is. Yes, and we have Lisa's Little Rescue. She does mainly small. And we have the Purple Possum. She does not just do possums, but she has possums. She does rabbits and she does squirrels. And Northern Raptor group, birds of so they do and all of big birds that I have no clue how to take care of.
Yeah, a lot of special needs.
Yes, absolutely. And and then in the off season, when it's not baby season, we do tend to help out more with injured animals. But right now we focus more on the orphaned animals, just due to cost restrictions and things of that nature. So, But yeah, this is little Ember. She's super sweet.
We've got your Venmo.
Yes, that is my Venmo. That is my Venmo. And if people are uncomfortable giving cash or they're afraid that it's not going to go to the animal, which it always does, trust me, I need every pet care. If it's $1 they donate, it goes to the animals and it is so needed. People don't have any clue how much money a container of formula is $265. And I'm going through, I think I'm on my 5th or 6th bucket already this season. Their vaccinations are, I go through potty pads. I go through about a case of wipes because they have to be stimulated to go to the bathroom. Every day, bottles, they chew through bottles. They're on special, high protein puppy food. So if they're uncomfortable sending cash, giving or purchasing something off of on wish list.
Yeah.
On there are the smaller buckets. If they're interested in making a bigger donation, buying a bigger bucket, they can go to Fox Valley directly. Or I also use Zoologic formula as well. Cut forever tearing them up. Even Happy and buys a bunch of baby toys at half price. Or people will donate. Sometimes they'll have old baby toys that they have left over from their child that grew out of them and is no longer using them. I take donations of that sort all the time. Sometimes people donate help. Or somebody will call me up and say, listen, I have fish in my, we're never something you can use. Absolutely. Baby blankets I don't anymore. Can't put them on. I'll take it. Somebody a dog today. But please, when the babies are all grown, we go through. I mean, each baby eats a food a day just in dog food. About that, we're talking baby 5 to 100 food a day I'll go through, and dog food. I feed them fresh vegetables, fruit, and cereal, things that nature. So when available, we'll get them mice and snakes and things that are natural.
Okay.
I found has cicadas in their yard. We have only found one stinking cicada. Sure enough, outside of my old heaven. So if I ever find earthworms get thrown in there. But like I said, if some $5, it's the little burn baby. I was so happy. Idea. My people donated $5. It would take much pressure and relief off. It would be amazing, just amazing. Or if everybody went on my Amazon wish list and bought some wipes, some puppy pads, then I can just loving and caring and the babies. I out find the need to buy the next jug of formula or like that. A person egg.
We put the link to your Facebook page in the chat so they can click on that, and this is where they're going to go, right to your Facebook page. And up near the top where you got your featured posts, you got that link right to your Amazon list.
Exactly.
So that's going to help people out a lot too.
Exactly. And
Christina,
they can always
go ahead, finish your thought, then I have a question for you.
I was just going to say, I have PayPal. I also have, or if they don't PayPal, I have Zelle. I don't care if to mail me at my house. I drop off cash. I don't care if they want to send me. I will take whatever. Out. I will.
How about Cash App?
Have coded it.
All right. So the question is, this might be the no-brainer question of all time. How many times do you find that, or maybe it doesn't happen, that a raccoon will fall asleep on your shoulder as you sleep, and basically, like for instance, my dogs and my cats all will lay on me because I'm kind of a nurturer, and my one dog is afraid of the storms like crazy. Do raccoons do that? Are they afraid of the storms? Do they just lay on your shoulder and fall asleep?
They fall asleep on me all the time. I have to fight to stay awake so I don't fall asleep with them too. But it has happened. It happens a lot, unfortunately. I wanted to bring you guys outside real quick. See the outside babies, because the outside babies are super awesome. This is when their unique personalities come out. And just so you guys know in advance, I'm going to apologize. Their enclosures are not as clean as I'd like them to be. So just seconds later, it is filthy.
Oh, yeah.
Their pools, they use their pools as toilets, in case you didn't know, and drinking places. And especially are the messiest creatures ever. So apologies in advance, but I still want you to meet them.
Yeah, they don't call them trash pandas for a reason, for no reason.
Exactly. But in any event, I'd like you to meet them all. So I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see them.
All right. Here's your adolescent, some maybe a couple of adult.
It's kind of a makeshift about putting my camera on here.
There it goes.
Did it go?
Not yet.
Just you can flip your phone around and just go that way if you really
Yeah,
careful.
I may have to. Let me try one more time here, just because it's going to be so much better the other way.
I hate technology.
It's wonderful.
There we go.
Cool.
Yay. Okay, and they obviously follow me around because they love me. Well, you got
How cool are these
poop
enclosures?
on your hands. Isn't that nice? Babies, there's 16 of them in here. This is to hold the door closed for when I'm inside. This is little Paris. As you, they get cereal and it's in the bottom. They get fruit every day. They have 24-hour access to dry. This is little Yamili. She's one of the youngest ones in here. To sit on the shelf over here. They sleep in a hammock. They also have access to what we call a nesting box. I don't know if you can see the nesting box here. See this? They just went in, but that is full of straw. Sleep in it a lot at night if they want. She's a little diva, and she's always wanting to be with her mom, so she's a little always over here. They're still getting used to not having the bottle, so a lot of fingers because they do. But yeah, they're wonderful, sweet.
They get jealous a lot, don't they? Like button each other out of the way. No, she's mine. She's mine. Is that correct? They do. Yeah, absolutely. And then when this age, we still don't really cuddle too much. That's the one that came out of the sewer, the bigger one in the back. Oh,
yeah. That was rescued from the very healthy and happy.
How do you
go ahead?
Well, how do you keep them apart? How do you tell them apart? They all look alike to me.
If you look here, this one looks so dark, and then you see this one's lighter ears, and this one has a pointy nose. A mother nose. This one is
yeah,
fluffier. Characteristics that you can just tell and see on each baby. Raised most of them old, so I know a lot of them.
I like the way your brain works. Will you go to Vegas with me?
Sure, but you have to wait. I've never counted cards before, but you would have to wait until after baby season. That's another thing about,
all right, fine.
About being a rehabber. You can't go anywhere. All my groceries, I have my doctor's appointments are via telehealth.
Wow.
I can't go in. So it's a serious commitment. But I need help with raccoon rehabbing. So anybody that's interested in raccoon rehabbing, please PM me. I'll teach you how to rehab enclosures. She's sleeping, obviously. These are my bad, nasty, dirty boys. Boys, say hi.
Bad boy.
That's Einstein. Einstein.
What you gonna do
Up
with
on
the
top,
bad
the boys
raccoon,
are
Greg?
fighting. Hi. Oh, he's mad. See, they get vicious. This is Puddin'. This is Charlie. And then there's another one in the back up on top. His name is Damien. Damien was a pet raccoon that somebody tried to keep as their pet. And it took me, that's the reason these boys are all still. Damien took me months and months and months to get him at the other raccoons so that I could be releasable. So he had to kind of be in order to be rehabbed to be releasable. You can't do it on your mom's thing, but she's not. She's in her box with these two. A lot of people creatures and they say, I can rehab that or I can keep it forever and ever. First of all, it's illegal in Illinois to own a raccoon. So everybody knows. Illegal. Then people take them because they're so sweet now. As soon as, which is usually around the 8-month mark, and they go into heat, all bets are off. They tear up everything. They're matter if you've raised them or not. I've been bitten by raising this enclosure because all they're interested in is mating. That's
Yeah.
only thing, nothing else. It doesn't matter that you raise them. It doesn't matter that they used to sleep with you and snuggle on your bed. They need a female, and they're gonna find one. You know.
Hey, we all have sons. We know.
Yeah, exactly. So when they become a problem and they start tearing your house apart, then they're like, "What am I gonna do?" Well, some people who aren't, I shouldn't say very smart, who don't know any better, think that, oh, it's a raccoon. It's getting, I can just release it out to the park or somewhere. So they'll take the raccoon and they'll literally just drop it off at the park. Well, that raccoon has absolutely no idea what it's doing and they don't survive. So that happens a lot. If
And
that
the sad
doesn't,
thing is they think they're doing, well, they think they're doing something right.
Yeah.
But, hey, I released it. I didn't call animal control or whatever. But like you said, sentencing them to death. Okay, so
To death.
one other question, and
To death.
I have a million questions. We just
Okay,
don't
hold on.
have the time.
I got one more thing though. If they don't do that, then
Okay.
they need me to flum. Because then I get this raccoon that is so confused. People don't think that they have feelings, but trust me, they do. I've actually had raccoons die from depression. I know that sounds silly, but they die from depression because their mom and dad, their first, when their mom got hit by a car or eaten by a coyote or somebody trapped and released or whatever the case may be, and they're went to wherever they're at, and then this person that's been raising them like a pet, 8 months, let's say, brings them to me. They're like, where am I? What they don't even know what a raccoon is. They cry and cry and they try to bite me and tear me apart, and it's so traumatic for them. Like I said, it took me probably 4 months before I could even get Damien, which is the pet raccoon that you saw over there in that other enclosure, before I could even get him for any amount of time inside of a cage with another raccoon. We started out with him just being in the same area so he could hear their sounds and their, demeanor and things like that. And then slowly and surely, and then he'd spend half an hour in there, and then he'd spend, I had to build him up. So it's very hard for them. It is not a good idea to ever try, as cute and sweet as they are, volunteer your time with a rehabber or become a rehabber. Then you can love on all the babies you want as a rehabber, and then you let them go when they become naughty, and then you start all over again the next year.
How difficult was it to get the license?
That's my advice for anybody. It is really not that difficult. You have to have a vet that will sign what you're doing. You're doing is by rehabber that can teach you what to do it. So it's really not that. You also have to for spacing and caging for them. And if it's, you send your paperwork gate and they approve or deny.
Okay.
Don't know of anybody that's really been denied. Now, DNR, Ken, I'm going to start walking into the house. This is Greg. Greg is my significant other. My fiance, I would be like a pooper scooper, feeder when I'm unable. He's
Beef
the
bottle
other
washer,
half,
yeah.
the bottle washer, exactly. The substancer, because I don't generally leave the basement. I have not slept or bed since March. I've only been in that chair. So, below with everything else. So anyway,
All right.
I guess
Well, as
with
you
the
get out of the
question.
rain, I know Tom's got some trivia for us, and this went way longer than we expected. So
Well, let me just ask real quick
That
the
I
other
could-
question. Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, the other question was, when you release them, do you
Yes.
release them individually, or can you release them in pairs, or like 3 or 4, an entire family of babies all at once?
Yes, I never release single.
Good. Good.
I
Good.
always do it in a minimum of
Okay.
grew together in the beginning. And to get started. Property. So if anybody out there has large property that with trees and water, and they'd be willing to accept some raccoons on their property, I am always looking for good release sites that I can know my babies are safe. And even if it's a property that they don't mind if I come back a few days later and subsidize with a bag of dog again, just to make sure that they're transitioning well, because I offered in a neighbor. I have neighbors outside 5 feet on the other. I'm not on a farm. I'm not in the country. I'm smack dab in the middle of Rockford. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So one final thing that I have to say before we get to the trivia, with Lisa kind of out of the game now, I bring her a lot of food. My wife volunteers at our church pantry. We bring home a lot of food. Gets outdated. Raccoons love it. I will now put you on my list, and I will be bringing you food on a sort of regular basis. I'm going to talk to Lisa and find out exactly, maybe she still has a couple raccoons. So, but either way, I will transition it to you.
Lisa has a lot of raccoons that she feeds that come to her feeding. They are babies that she rehabs.
Yeah.
So they do still come to feed off of her trays. So she still has.
Well, that's all right.
So,
no.
Tom, I would
Don't worry.
help.
There's enough food. There's enough food to go
Okay.
around. So I'm putting you in my phone.
Okay.
Tom. I'm going to bring
All right,
Joanne
all right.
in here too, 'cause Joanne's standing by Paws Humane Society. This will be a real trip here to have all four
Well,
of us
look
on
at
the
this.
screen. at the same time.
You know what I'm
Hi,
going to do?
Joanne.
Here, hello.
All right.
I'm not a
I
fan
am.
of raccoons because they were in my attic too many times.
And call
Had
me
to
and I'll
go.
tell you exactly.
No, we fixed it. But the rehabber, not the rehabbers, who gets them? The relocators, they put them to sleep if they're in your attic.
Well,
You're not
that's
allowed
not what we
to
want to
play.
hear.
I was
Main
probably
way-
paying attention.
So I know leave on her own and very cheap, and it won't have to pay anybody to do it.
Oh, well, this has been quite a few years ago, and now we have metal soffits.
They're not getting
They-
back in.
They get
Not
a
in this-
whole.
Well, if you
All right. Okay, so here we go.
Here we go,
Oh,
I
this
have
is going to be a
essentially
three-way thing.
Yes, I have 7 questions. They're all fair game. First one to answer
7 questions.
gets the question right.
Joanne's got a team,
All right.
Christina. We don't have a chance.
Oh yeah, right.
Team cat.
Well, Christina has 70 raccoons there she can draw from. Okay. Question number 1. We're going to go through these quickly. Question number 1. What popular soft drink was once slang for moonshine?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew is correct.
Oh.
All right. Question number Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. All right. This one here, Christina, I thought of as we were coming on, and I'm starting to learn about this, so I wrote this on the fly. The eagle is, of course, the symbol of American glory and independence. Benjamin Franklin notably hated eagles. So what bird did he want as the symbol of America?
Turkey.
The turkey.
The turkey is correct.
Imagine a turkey on our coins. Oh.
Yeah, I used to work for 96.7 The Eagle. Can you imagine? 96.7 The Turkey.
The turkey.
It's
Did
not
I get
gonna
a
work.
point? Do I have 2
What-
points now?
Yeah, they don't mean anything. In what year did the Nelson Knitting Company roll out the first sock monkey? This is our Rockford trivia for the day. What
First
year?
sock monkey.
1940.
First year?
Oh, okay. Any other guesses?
1935.
It's 1932. I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
Greg,
was
you were the closest.
closest at 1923, switching around.
Oh yeah, no, that's 9 away. So. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we
Next
go.
week, Joanne.
Who plays these? These are somewhat random questions. Who plays Gloria on the TV show Modern Family?
Glory.
Gloria. Is that Sofia Vergara?
I know her accent.
Yep, Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara.
All right, here you go. Question number.
You guys should have a raccoon person on, don't?
Yes, I have one raccoon question.
All
But
right.
here's question number 5. What U.S. state temporarily banned Caesar salads in 1998 because it contained raw eggs? Was it New York or California?
Yeah, probably California.
I'll say
Is
New York.
correct. Okay, California is the correct answer. All right, 2 questions left. The last one is a raccoon question. How many countries are there in Africa?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, the closest one to the answer gets the point.
I'm going to guess 17.
Anybody else?
I'm going to guess 12.
I'm going to
Joanne?
say 20.
Okay, Joanne gets
I
the
don't-
point. There are 54
Whoa.
countries in Africa.
Oh.
All right, now
We're
you're
kind of running low.
hey, a little dental humor there. Okay, your final question. Name all the countries in Africa. No, I'm kidding. Final question. There is one NFL team in the entire NFL, 32 teams, that has a raccoon as their mascot. And I don't mean mascot as like the Chicago Cubs or something like that. I mean their mascot who runs around the field. It's called T-Rack. Which team is it?
An NFL team.
And I
with
will
a
give you
raccoon as a mascot.
Yep,
I mean, it's gonna-
Wow.
T-Rack is the. I will give you one hint. The T does stand for the team city and the team city. Actually, I should take that back. It's the team state.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans is it? Yeah.
Tennessee Titans and a
Wow.
raccoon. Okay.
I don't
T-Rack.
know, but I'm going to have to follow now.
Yeah, there you go. T-Rack.
Two.
All
I
right.
think I have 3 points.
One more time, Christina. I'm going to put your Venmo here up here. If anyone wants to help you out just with straight up cash, that's the place to go. We've got links
Thank
up
you.
there on the chat to find your Facebook page, which can help people get right to your Amazon wish list. I know what you were saying before as far as the mixture of formula that you mix for these raccoons comes from 3 different 5-gallon pails, and they all come at different prices, but one of them is like $200 and some, so it's not cheap.
Wow.
The other one is 360. expensive.
Oh boy. So
Yeah.
help out a few bucks here, a few bucks there, all adds up, and see if
I'm happy. Yesterday forever, and I was so like if it's a community thing. Every little bit makes me smile. $5 is nothing. That $5 can't help. $5 $5 buys me the donuts. $5.
Yeah. Well,
It really
$5 from, that's right. $5 from 10 people is $50. And now we're starting to talk some cash, you know?
absolutely.
So,
well, thanks for
Well,
coming on and carving out time for us,
well,
Christina. And
Oh
Oh my
man,
goodness, I enjoyed myself a lot more than I.
Thank you.
Joanne,
I got the trophy.
great job on the
Thank you.
great job on the I can't do this. There you go. And you, Christina, you get the trophy as well. Boom. There you go. That's your trophy for being awesome, doing what you do.
Thank you, Christina. Again, she's part of the Rockford Region Wildlife Coalition, and when you go there, you will see links to a few other folks that help with rehabbing, and then Christina's Critters. There's her information right there on the screen. Check the chat for the links to her Facebook page and the other resources right there. Very good, very good. Joanne is at Paws Humane Society. You don't get any raccoons, but plenty of cats. Are you still not taking cats because you're completely full, or you got some openings?
I haven't heard anything different.
Okay.
Is that a good answer?
Have you ever had a raccoon? No?
As a pet?
No, at Paws.
No, because we would not take in a raccoon.
Okay.
Because
Well, you took in a pig.
we were called one time. Someone had run over an opossum, and it was a female opossum, and they had babies inside in her, what is it, because they're marsupials.
Yeah.
But we called a rehabber to take them.
Mhm.
So we do not dabble in that. We're not
Okay.
licensed to take those animals.
Wow.
Well, I only have a few quickie shout outs this week before we get to all things Paws in our big number of the week. Want to give a shout out to Hank's Neighbors and Neighbors Bar and Grill. We went out to see them last Saturday night. Had a good time out at Neighbors Bar and Grill. They have good food out there too. Check that out.
They do. I've been there a few times. Yeah. They do.
Working with some new buyers this week. Met with some great folks. It's sold on Tony Keller Williams Realty Signature. And again, we're seeing kind of I don't know. I guess a lot of the buyers that have been trying to buy homes these last 6 months that have been, competing against other buyers and failing. There's probably some buyer fatigue going on because there was a little bit of a lull in activity for a while. That's picking up again. So the spring market is not the normal spring market. Basically, I think that boils down to the fact that the inventory is just so low. It's causing some buyers to kind of throw up their hands and go, well, shoot, I've lost out on three deals now. You might lose out on 5 or 6 or 7. You got to keep trying and keep going out there. So still begging for sellers everywhere we go. If you know anybody who's thinking about selling for any reason, please let me know. Glad to be resource. We got the buy. Yeah, exactly the situation. We went out to Fozzie's before Tuesday's preview night at Starlight Theater. That's the hat I got on this week. Starlight Theater, Legally Blonde, opened this Wednesday. Great reviews. Lou Award nominated already, which is really cool. The Lou Awards are regional live theater awards that they go out and they go out to opening nights of all these plays, and they basically judge them and let them and find out if there's anything about them that will be nominated for the end of the season Lou Awards. And we were notified right away.
So in England, what do they call a bathroom? I'm just messing. It just made me think. That's all.
And the final shout out for this week, I want to thank the Rockford Rivets. Met with Hannah out at Rivet Stadium and with Juan from Security Pro Intel. Juan is the chief sponsor for our In Crowd 815 Networking Group, which meets the last Thursday of this month at Rivet Stadium. And we want to also thank Cassie and Tony from Mactown Construction for jumping in to help make it possible as well, so that we can open up this month's In Crowd Networking Group to the entire family. So what we normally have is it's business to business professional networking at our In Crowd groups. This one is going to be family networking. So you can bring your spouse and bring the kids. The Rivets will have the inflatables up like they do normally during a game. There is no game at Rivet Stadium on June 27th. The Rivets are away, playing away an away game. Our group is just going to have fun at the stadium. And we're just going to have some fun stuff with the inflatables, with some free food and beverages, and some surprises along the way. We're going to do something on the field. I'm going to talk about it right now, but it's going to be a lot of fun from 5:30 to 7:30, June 27th at Rivet Stadium. So come on out to the In Crowd Networking Group. In Crowd 815 Networking Group meets the last Thursday of every month, January through October, and then does a special event in December. And this year, because the final Thursday of October falls on Halloween, we're actually going to change the date of that in-crowd event. More details to come. But those are my shout outs for this week. Anything special at Pause? I know we're like 2 weeks away from your No Fleas Market.
The big thing is the Friday night hoopla, which is
The Friday night hoopla.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me open my phone so I tell you the accurate hoopla information. It's Magic
Oh, am I missing the Friday night hoopla?
It's not really Magic Mike, but it's similar.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, we have the garage sale, but where's our Magic Mike information?
Yeah, that's the 22nd. I know about that. But what is
At
this
Screw
Friday?
City Tavern Ladies Night.
Oh my gosh. Hello. That June 21st.
Sponsored, it's by Applause Humane Society. We're going to
This is the thing Tom said he's performing at, right?
What?
This is the thing that Tom said he's performing at.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Mix yourself up.
He's the third guy from the left. That's Tom right there. All right.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Sure.
Maybe in my younger days.
Night, 9:30 to 11:30. Big excitement.
Bring
I mean, it might
cans,
not
a
be
bag
for
of
everyone,
quality
but
pet
everyone
food.
would have fun if you go.
That's on the just off the corner of Harrison and South Alpine in Rockford.
Ladies help the strays. So if there's any stray guys in the crowd, we'll help them.
Oh, there you go. There's the event right there.
And that's the day before the garage sale. So don't use all your dollars up in the guy's pants. Keep a few dollars so that you can buy something at the garage sale. I am so excited about this weekend. The 21st, 22nd, and then the 23rd, we can all rest.
There you go. There you go.
And actually, the 21st
All right.
is my wedding anniversary to the guy I'm no longer married to. So,
And you're
You
celebrating
celebrate that in a
the
different way?
marriage or the no longer married?
no, I'm no longer married to him. He's married to someone else.
There you go.
I shared the wealth.
All
Well,
right.
Are we? Yeah, you've sent me a pet of the week, so we'll be sharing that on the socials here.
Oh, let me.
We'll get this-
I'm doing better with my. Here's a close up of Joanne.
You're all fully charged.
Yes, I had trouble. I don't know. My.
Ooh, max headroom going on there.
Yeah.
Chop, chop, chop. Ancient MTV reference. Kids won't understand that, Tom.
Oh, my leg guy.
Yeah. I do because of MTV, and I used
As
to
I
work for
walk
Coca-Cola.
over there, I'll show you a few cats. This is a beautiful cat. I know you can't see. He's kind of dark in here. Adonis. Oh, return? Or he's gonna come up closer so we get a better look.
There we go. Look at that. Yeah.
I don't know why he can't. He came back for some reason. Okay, this is June, and no dogs yet this month.
We're 8 days into the month and about 8 or 9 cats.
7 cats, and this was last month's
cats.
May adoption. 7 dogs and 27 cats. I was. This is the. Let's see if I can go in. Can I come in? Hi, babies. This is Lovey. You will probably remember from Gilligan's Island.
Oh yeah.
And she had several kittens that are all adopted, except Gilligan. Here's
Aw.
Gilligan. And
Uh-huh.
Lovey and Gilligan are very, very bonded. So we're hoping, no, I don't say hoping, we're planning to adopt them together. So here's Lovey down here trying to see why I'm in her cage.
What are you doing in here?
Wow, we got a new cat. She's a lot bigger than all of us.
So these are the pet of the week, Lovey and Gilligan.
Okay.
And I mean, it's kind of funny. Gilligan will get bigger, but right now he's the little boy that never left home because mom is going to keep him always by her side.
That 3-hour tour is going to be a lifetime.
Yeah, it's a lifetime tour. Hey, Lovey, look out! I'm going out. Good girl. She's very sweet. Gilligan's a sweetheart too. So we're having them as a bonded pair. Guess it doesn't say it on here, but it was listed.
I think it's written in the fine print.
It's in the fine print. That's right. Very
Was
sweet
it
pair.
Howell? Was that the other guy on Gilligan's Island? Thurston Howell?
Thurston Howell, the professor, and Mary Ann, and Ginger.
And
Well, I know that too well.
here on Gilligan's
Now
Island.
we're gonna have to pay money to somebody.
While we're looking at pause here this morning, guys, a couple of other quick shout outs today. Today is in our 10 plus years of doing this show is episode 555.
Wow. Triple nickels.
Triple nickels.
Yeah,
And it also happens to be my mommy's birthday. So happy birthday to Sally. Happy birthday. I'm going to see her later today. And
is she
love you,
going
Mom.
to see Legally Blonde?
She's going to come see Legally Blonde today. We got the only matinee we're doing of this show is today at 2. So if you're someone that doesn't like to drive in the dark, come to the 2 o'clock show today at Starlight Theater, Rock Valley College campus.
Right. Alexa, who is the 3-legged cat, is now in the community room. She's the one that had surgery. She had a broken leg that never healed right. I don't know if you remember her. So. All right, that's kind of. This is my favorite cat.
Snow White,
Yeah.
Puffball, Cotton Swab.
No, Sammy.
Oh, okay. Sammy works too.
Cotton Swab. Cotton would be a good name.
All right. So there's our little tour around. Oh, there's another one.
Again.
Adonis again.
I guess Tom didn't come in to adopt. Oh, she's not in. Where is she?
I took her.
Hiding under the chair.
She's probably in the office. She's our office cat. And this is Carmel. Carmel's like, wait a minute, you want to talk about me? I was taking a bath.
That's right.
You're just
I'm a little busy here.
bath time.
All right, so there's your tour.
Your bowl of
Around
candy is getting empty.
I know. We're going to talk to Joey about that.
815-299-PAUSE if you have any questions for the Pause Humane Society, or check out their website, pausehs.org. All right, we've already done trivia, so let's do big number. What do you say?
All right, sounds good.
Big number time. Starting over. We're starting over because Tom has won 10-9. Our last race 2-10. And this week, our big number of the week is 595,000. 595,000. Answer is maple syrup or MP3s. Maple syrup or...
Are we back to zero?
We're
back
starting
to
over.
zero,
That's
yeah.
right. So I'm starting over. Joanne, maple
I'm
syrup
sorry.
or MP3?
I'm
What
going
is your
to go with
guess?
maple
3, 2,
syrup.
1. You're going to go with maple syrup. Tom has texted me his answer. He went with the MP3s. Do you folks remember something called Napster?
Yep.
Yes.
Kind of remember
Sean.
Napster?
Sean, like Muller or something.
Yeah. I think that's what his name. So Napster debuted 25 years ago this week. And 25 years ago this week, the #1 hit song, 1999, in June, Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca. Yes. Remember pirating MP3s off of Napster? That lasted for a little while, and then Metallica got all mad and started suing them, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. But we used Napster for a while to rip MP3s off of the internet and burn them onto CDs and not pay a thing for them. But no, maple syrup is the answer. So Joanne's going to get the first point of this next race to 10. In the United States, the uncontested king of maple syrup. Which state is the uncontested king of maple syrup?
Vermont.
Vermont is correct. Good job.
Yay.
When
Each of us.
When you zoom out to the whole globe, however, there is a clear champion for sweet, sweet syrup, and it's not in the United States. You got a guess on that one?
Canada.
Yep, you're in the right country. And
You want to know exactly where? Okay.
Which province?
I'm going to go with Ottawa.
Well, is that where Quebec is? Is
Ontario?
Quebec and Ottawa in the same province?
Quebec, yes.
Quebec is the clear winner. So in Vermont, they have about 9,600 square miles and gets about 6 million syrup producing maple trees every year that they tap. In Quebec, 595,000 square miles with over 50 million trees on tap. So 72% of the world's supply, according to the Wall Street Journal, comes from Quebec. And they also use an interesting technology. They use reverse osmosis machines to separate the water and the sugar in the sap. This process replaces that slow boiling that most used to use, and it increases their syrup yield by 200%. So It's very likely the syrup that you're pouring on your pancakes or waffles this morning came from Quebec. There you go. So Joanne, you're getting the first point of this next race to 10 in our big number.
All right. I'm going to make my comeback next week. Good job, Joanne.
Any final shout outs or things that you want to pass along before we let you go this week?
Ready for the weekend of the 22nd.
That's right. Joanne cannot be any more excited. It's a big weekend. The 21st on the Friday night and the 22nd with the No Fleas Market at Oates. So there's all kinds of stuff going on.
All kinds of pause stuff.
Next week on the show, Amanda Bethards. She's the volunteer coordinator at Brave Hearts Therapeutic Riding. I got a chance to go out there recently because our Keller Williams Realty Signature Red Day was at Brave Hearts, and this place is, I knew it was there, and I knew it was fairly big. I had no idea how impressive this place was before actually going inside. It is just a beautiful facility, and we're going to learn all about Brave Hearts next week on the show. Remember, friends, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. If you can, come out to Starlight Theater, take in Legally Blonde tonight. If you can't, we got another run coming up in July. Have yourself an awesome week, and we'll see you back here next week, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In crowd, 815 in crowd, 815 in crowd, 815